Hello, Internet, and welcome to my live reaction for March Comes in Like a Lion, chapter 172. When we last left our heroes, we continued with the puzzle night at the Kawamoto house, and as Akari realized that they were very close to finishing the puzzle, much closer than they had originally intended, they realized they could wrap it up in another hour if they sent Rei and Hina out to get snacks. On the way, Hina talked about her feelings about the Kirizan stall they had up for New Year's, how it was the first time they had done that since her mom died, which led into her first kiss with Rei. That was very understated, and a little weirdly understated. But yeah, all that being said, let's jump right on into Chapter 172, New Year Part 3, which is interesting because the last two chapters were unnamed. It makes sense that they're New Year Part 1 and 2 now. But they just kind of weren't named initially. Anyway, the place where Tokyo City and town intersect. And I think that's still Azusa running. I'm not entirely sure. But anyway. So they're still walking to the store. And there's still Rei and Hina. And I think Hina asks, what did we do last year again? And Rei thinks, around New Year's. We were taking exams. We see a flashback of them studying for their exams. My head was spinning so bad. And the year before that? Oh, that was when you had a cold, Rei-chan. Oh, yeah. Then before that. Huh? Before that? Oh, that must have been before they met, right? And then they both figure out at the same time, hadn't met yet. It's kind of hard to believe it's been like 3 whole years, or a little less than 3 whole years. It fits in the series timeline, but it doesn't feel like it's been 3 years. It feels like it's been less than that. And I know there was a time skip around like a month or two time skip. It wouldn't have actually done that much, considering how long it's been since the start of the series. Anyway, we hadn't met yet. It's hard to believe. I can barely remember a time when I hadn't met you, Rei-chan. It's strange. And we see them, they're holding hands now. Rei-chan, when I graduate, I want to work at Mikazuki-do, with Grandpa and Big Sis. And Mikazuki-do, huh? I want to make a place where people can sit down and take a break while they're shopping. A place where they can casually eat little mitarashi dango or anko mochi we give them. Like a tea house on a mountain you'd see in old movies. I've always admired those. Is this the first time she's publicly expressed this? That her dream is to continue to run the shop? It feels like something, it doesn't seem surprising. So it seems like something that we know. But also, I don't know if he's ever directly said this before. Right now, we're giving tea to customers, but I've been thinking it would be really nice to have something to eat with that tea, and they could eat with that tea. They could sit and enjoy, carefree. And in a corner of the store, I'd like to give out some sweet things and sour things Big Sis and I made. And in summer, we could do shaved ice, cold plum jelly, and stuff like that. And we have an image of Akari serving an older woman. And in winter, we can do piping hot amazake and zenzai with shiratama dumplings in it. And for people that are really hungry, we'll have abikawa mochi. I have some translator notes for all of that. Given that the details of the food are absolutely not important, I'm not going to go into them. But you can read that at your own leisure. A bunch of times now, Grandpa entrusted us to run the shop for him, right? And Rei nods, yeah. Me and Big Sis, where we do all these test products we make estimates for, and do everything ourselves, from setting stuff up to cleaning up at the end. And I was thinking, helping out, and being entrusted to take command and carry out your own plan from beginning to end, are totally different things. Is she saying that what she's been doing is carrying out her own plan from beginning to end? Or is she thinking that she hasn't been able to take that step yet? She says we do everything ourselves, and setting stuff up to cleaning up at the end, which implies that it's being allowed to take that step is what settled this for her. So that's just my thoughts. Even if you think and think until blood spurts from your temple, and you're like, okay, I think we've covered everything. Every time we open the store, things we never even thought about will start happening, one after another. You see an image of Hina doing a check, making sure they have everything. And there'll be fiascos that catch you totally off guard. And another image of her freaking out. Oh no, big sis, we're all out of change. Oh, and we exchanged all those 100 yen coins too. I can't believe this. Didn't we have another pack of tapioca? Oh no, half the agar is frozen. It's all hard and tasteless. Oh darn, I told you were giving people too much. Hina, the woman from Yokohama said they can make change for us. Okay, I'm heading right over. And we see this image of all of the things going wrong falling around her as she runs to get change. Mistakes are scary, and they make you go into a panic. No matter how many times I think back on them, it always feels so pathetic that I want to burst into tears. But still, I just can't give it up. And we see her, hard at work, just barely keeping this shop running by a thread. No matter how down I get, I always think, okay, I'll definitely get it right next time. We see her, tying the flag sign to a pole. Okay, figure 8 knot. This time it's not falling down. So I think that having that sort of thing, that feeling of pushing on and never giving up, means I'm cut out for it, right? Zangatsu no Lion, to be continued. Okay, this was a very, very short chapter. And it's really just kind of an exploration of Hina's dream for the future. It was kind of fitting for a New Year chapter. She's both literally on the cusp of the new year and figuratively looking to the next chapter of her life, which is admittedly a few years away. I think she's still a first year in high school right now. Though nearing the end of her first year. So she still has a couple of years before she has to graduate. But we really do see all of the work, all of the thought she's been putting into her future. On how much she wants to continue to run Mikazuki-do in perpetuity. And like I said, I don't recall her ever implying that wasn't what she wanted. I also don't recall her stating that was what she wanted. So if this is the first time she said this, which again I don't quite remember, this is a very definitive step for her. It's, her directly stating, this is what I want. I'm not just running the store because it's the family store. I want to run the store because I want to run the store. Which sounds very circular, but it makes sense. And yeah, that's kind of all there is to this chapter, which makes sense. It's only 7 or 8 pages. We also get a little bit of the two of them reminiscing on past years. Which is very relatable to me. I do that a lot. I don't know if most people do that a lot. That's still just a nice thing to see. But then, yeah, we see Hina, her assertion that she is cut out for at least still continuing to work at the store. She doesn't say that she's running the store. I think in her mind, Akari is still doing that. Which kind of brings to question, does Akari want to continue to run the store? Or does she have some other dream that she has? Honestly, I don't think we've really delved into Akari's feelings about much of anything that much, beyond maybe having to be a mom for her sisters, which is some good meat to dig into. But we don't really know how Akari feels about running the store, is what I'm getting at. I'm not implying that she hates it or anything, of course. But we don't know if that's what she wants to do for the rest of her life. Unlike Hina here, who is very clear, this is what I want. She says cut out for it. Which isn't exactly, I want to do it. But that might be her, pulling back from overcommitting, maybe. Though maybe I'm projecting myself too much onto Hina. But listening to her talk, it's clear that she does really love this. As stressful as it is, it's what she wants to do with her life. And yeah, that's some good development to see with Hina. Um, Beyond that, we are still headed to the convenience store to get some snacks. Maybe next time, snacks will be bought. We'll have to wait and see. Anyway, that's all I have to say for this chapter. Hope you all enjoyed the chapter and the video itself. If you did, feel free to drop me a like or subscribe or, do whatever makes you happy, And remember, your life is your own, okay? Bye!